2024 Border Brawl. And alongside with me, Cheyenne East boys head coach, Sly Johnson. Sly, this is our first chance to meet.
Yes, sir.
We have, you are first year head coach.
Yes.
Man, oh man, nothing like stepping right into the fire.
Right into the fire. You know, a lot of lessons are being learned right now, but, you know, we got good kids. I got good coaches. We got a good, you know, administration. So I think we're off to a good start.
Yeah, I know that if you ever have any issues, you can always go. There's that guy named Jerry that wanders your hallway aimlessly, drinking coffee and eating cookies. You can probably crack him down, and maybe might have a few answers for you.
Yes.
So far for the Cheyenne East Thunderbirds, just the one loss so far in, I guess, what you would call the preseason.
Yes, sir.
So really not a bad outing. You've got some talent on this team.
Yes, we got a lot of depth. We have some seniors that are stepping up, and we got some young kids, very young, some juniors and sophomores that are stepping up. So kids are playing hard, I'll tell you that much.
How has been because really you don't have a home game until the Johnson tournament.
January, yes.
January. You've been on the road. Does that kind of take some of the pressure off a little bit?
A little bit. I mean, there's a lot of lessons learned. It's definitely getting us ready for regionals and state, just like a look, you know, and trying to get mentally tough. But sometimes I know the kids want to play in front of our fans at home, and so it's a double-edged sword there.
You know, the parents always seem to travel pretty well, but sometimes not a lot of other family.
Right.
And, you know, that's what the kids, they want to play in front of their guys,
yes,
right?
Yes, they do. So this is different, but, you know, they've held their head up high, and we ran into a few roads, but it's all learning. We're all learning right now. You know, guys they were battle-tested last year mostly in practice, so they're finally getting to be on the stage, so it's a lot of learning curves going on.
For those who don't know, obviously they just don't give the head coaching job to anybody. What have you done? What's your coaching experience?
Wow. I've been around for a while. I coached in Casper for a little bit. I started the.
We're sorry. Yeah.
it was at a junior high, so
okay.
You know, not the Troner Kelly loss.
I couldn't help it.
Yes, no worries. Did a little bit with Paul Street when he was at Laramie. Helped Normative Services start their basketball program. Then I came here, coached with Damon Artery, and when we won our first state championship in like over 30-something years.
Right.
Then coaching under Coach Horsley. Worked a lot of camps too, like at Wake Forest and the UW and things like that. Just trying to make my way and trying to learn this coaching thing.
So you got a nice broad broach, just experience.
Yes,
just
sir.
Here, and now you step into the 4A ranks. How do you like it so far? What's been the experience?
I love it. You know, the coaches have taken me in. They've been great. You know, the opponents, coaches, and it's different than being an assistant. You know, when you move over to that head, you know, things look different. People look at you different. Kids have a different type of respect for you. So I'm just trying to embrace it all in and not let my learning curves be a sacrifice to this year's seniors.
And you look across town, Cheyenne South, new first-year head coach.
Yes.
You look across town at Cheyenne Central, Randy Philbin. This is his first year as head coach.
Yes.
But Randy Philbin coached the JV and has coached the JV for several years.
Yes.
So not really a huge step for him.
No. And you know what? We all get along well. Despite the last 2 years of me dropping down to sophomore, I was the assistant head coach for the varsity. So I got to have a little bit more hands-on at the varsity level, and that's what, you know, Coach Horsley allowed,
but it gives you a chance to, because a lot of these kids that you coached at like the sophomore, junior, JV, here they are. And I've coached them, most of them, since they've been in like 5th or 6th grade. So it's not like you're a stranger.
No, they know me.
There you go. You know what? And that's got to be a huge thing.
That's very huge. You know, you got to have a relationship with kids. in order to get them to work with you. And you got to be able to get on them and hug them at the same time, and they know that they're going to get that from me and my staff.
All right, Coach Sly Johnson, thank you very much for stopping by.
Appreciate you.
You bet. Look forward to talking with you many more times through the course of the year.
Thank you.
You bet.
You have a nice day.
East High Thunderbird head coach Sly Johnson, as we'll be bringing you the T-Bird game right after this one, and Caleb will have that play-by-play for you. And Sly Johnson, great guy.
Oh yeah. No, I walked over with him. He said it's just been a learning experience for me on getting used to being the head coach, but obviously off to a good start at 4-1.
Absolutely. All right, here we've got a couple minutes to go in halftime. It is the Lady Cavaliers out in front of the Lady T-Birds, 23-18, in what has been a seesaw contest back and forth. We'll be back after a 2-minute timeout, a 2-minute break. You're listening to and watching high school basketball on 1480 K-Ray.
She shoots, she scores. It's nothing but net. For your family dinner tonight at Two Doors Down. Two Doors Down is perfect for the active family with an expanded menu featuring Cheyenne's favorite gourmet burgers, served with bottomless fries, to your favorite platters, pastas, pizza, salads, a full kids menu, and much, much more. It's Two Doors Down. For a complete menu and specials, go to twodoorsdown.net. Two Doors Down, 118 East 17th Street. Flippin' great burgers since 2009.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows.
The Gill Window Company in Cheyenne is a family-owned local window supplier that's been servicing Cheyenne and the area for over 30-plus years. If you're looking for replacement windows, sliding patio doors, or custom windows, the Gill Window Company is the perfect choice. Call 307-778-3037.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows.
At Fat Boys Tire and Auto, our business is about more than just selling tires and fixing cars. We believe in faith, family, and community. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and 3 generations later, our values have never changed. When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys, and we'll treat you like family. Fat Boys Tire and Auto in Cheyenne, Laramie, Scottsbluff, and Wheatland. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
R.J. Fox, Caleb Bergraff back at Scottsbluff High School. As we get underway, second half, it'll be Cheyenne East basketball as they will turn it over right away. The pass intended for Schaefer is going to be just out of her reach, out of bounds, into the bench. So it will be St. Thomas More. The Lady Cavaliers with the basketball. They go far side to Gilton. Gilton looking. Now will drive, put up the shot, and good from the baseline. That gives her 5 on the game as the pass intended for Haas going to be tipped over her head, unable to hang on to it. They're going to say last touch by Haas. So 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for Cheyenne East. St. Thomas More basketball. Kessler gives it off to Henry. Henry top of the key. Backdoor cut by Henry. Reverse layup won't go. Rebounded by Cheyenne East. T-Birds with the ball. Peyton Hall top of the key. Will drive, put up the shot, and they're going to say she was fouled. I'm going to put that one on Rachel Hyde. Same 5 that started the game for Moore. Henry, Kisler, Gilton, Shear, and Hyde. For East, Perea, Haas, Schaefer, Brown, and Hall. As on the backdoor cut, there is a shot up, no good, but a putback will not go. Again with the rebound on try number 3. Finally, Cation Haas gets it home. Makes it 25-20. Lady Cavaliers with the basketball. They get it in the hands of Kessler. Kessler, she'll drive up the lane, and she will be fouled.
Fouls on Cashlin Haas. Second.
They're going to give that to Cashlin Haas. That'll send Kessler to the line. Kessler, 7 points in the first half. Misses the first shot. She was 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Nails the second to make it 26-20. Lady T-Birds now turn it over again. Lady Cavaliers gives it to Kessler. Kessler will drive, put it up off the glass, won't go, a whistle. And Kessler is wearing out Cashlin Haas.
And she's too, you got to make a switch at some point in time on that one. They keep switching off, and you got to stay with her. That's on the guards at some point in time, and you got to fight through that screen. Can't just rely on your post players, especially when you got somebody that quick that's going up against them that can get to the elbow before them.
First shot by Kessler is no good. Eric Westling will get Haas out of the ball game. Emily Phelps will check in. Nails the second one. So Kessler shooting 50% from the charity stripe. Lady Cavaliers by 7. Kessler stepped right in front of that pass intended for Perea and picked it clean.
That's 5 possessions, 4 turnovers for East.
They have been a little loose with the basketball. They now trail by 7, 27-20. Lady Cavaliers with the ball near side. Henry. Henry goes far side to Kessler. Kessler as a shot clock at 8. Kessler will drive, put it up. It hits glass, not the iron. Ball loose on the floor, and now you're going to get a call, jump ball.
St. Thomas More basketball.
So jump ball is the call. There is 1 second on the shot clock. So whoever gets this is just going to have to grab and shoot. And there we go, shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation.
Finally, the Lady T-Birds catch a bit of a break. Peyton Hall will bring it down for the Lady T-Birds. Comes near side. Reverses it back to Perea. Perea hands off to Schaefer. Schaefer pass intended for Brown inside, but it is tipped and then taken away by Kessler. Shot for 3, top of the iron, no good. Rebound is going to be tapped, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by St. Thomas More. Into the ball game for Cheyenne East will be Malaya Cruz as she'll replace Taylor Schaefer. East with the basketball, they trail by 7. As East almost turns it over, but they do finally kind of break the press, getting it into the middle of Brown. Brown's shot is too strong, off the back of the iron, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Cheyenne East. You know, it's at times like these, Jade Brown really should just kind of take control of the middle, but so far she hasn't. St. Thomas More has been, Shear has been fairly decent at guarding Brown. And now into the lane, Peyton Hall will spin, turn, put up the shot from 10, good. 27-22, and a foul on the far sideline. I believe Malaya Cruz is going to collect her second.
23, Rachel Hyde, her third. Second team foul. Checking in for East, Taylor Schaefer.
So Schaefer checks in. Checking out will be Peyton Hall.
Lauren Whipple. her first.
27-22, 4:09 to go here on the Taco John's scoreboard, third quarter. St. Thomas More basketball, cross-court pass, give it off to Gilton. Gilton now will reverse it. They'll get it back to Kisler. She'll take the three, won't go. Rebound fought for, knocked around, and finally the Lady T-Birds come out with it. Near side, Schaefer. Schaefer into Brown. Brown is quickly double-teamed, and a whistle.
Foul on number 10, Riley Gilton, her third.
So
Third
Gilton
team foul.
gets her third.
Lead game for St. Thomas More. Rick
And
Collins.
now we'll have 3 substitutions in
Lady
for
Shear.
St. Thomas More. Donnelly into the ball game. Strand into the ball game. Brown at the free throw line, turns into the lane, tries to put it up, and you're going to get Noah Travel.
Well, you got to find a way to put the ball down. That's where that power dribble comes in.
St. Thomas More has done a good job. They have been double teaming Brown down low. I mean, when she gets the ball, that double team comes in a hurry as the Lady Cavaliers break the press. The shot no good, but a whistle on the foul. Peyton Perea will collect
Foul
her
number
second.
12, Peyton Correa, her second. Third team foul. The free throw line, Clayton Shear.
Leighton Shear at the line. She has 3. Make it 4. 28-22. Lady Cavaliers by 6 with 3:27 to go in the third. Second shot from Shear, also good. So Shear with 5 on the contest. Brown brings it down, and boy, spotting a wide open Emily Phelps. Phelps will bank the ball point blank, got it in. And now you're going to get a timeout on the floor. With 3:10 to go, 29-24, Lady T-Birds within 5. We're back after a 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching high school basketball on 1480 K-Ray.
At First Tier Bank, we strive to keep it simple. We offer great rates on a variety of CDs, and we don't make you open other accounts, or be a new customer, or use your debit card 12 times a month, or have a direct deposit to get them. We leave that nonsense to the new big green bank in town, or some colorful credit union. At First Tier, we simply invite you to come on in and call either of our 2 Cheyenne locations and get a great rate on a CD that fits your needs. Simple, the way it should be. First Tier Bank, 1508 Stillwater Avenue, or 18th and Cary in downtown Cheyenne. Member FDIC.
R.J. Fox, Caleb Berggraf back at Scottsbluff High School, home of the Bearcats, and also for this weekend, home of the 2024 Border Brawl. Teams from Wyoming, Nebraska, South Dakota.
Gearing, I believe, also hosting some games.
Right. Is there games in Sydney as well?
I want to say there's games at another one of the surrounding schools. I don't know if it's Sydney. They came up here, actually, so it might be out at Mitchell, possibly.
Could be. Out of the timeout, it will be Lady Cavaliers basketball. They'll give it off to Kessler. Kessler, top of the key, comes near side. Gives it off to Strand. Strand, her pass intended for Donnelly is going to be knocked away. That one goes into the bleachers with 13 on the shot clock. This will be the last time we see that this year. Of course, Wyoming with no shot clock. Kitzler on the left elbow, down into the corner to Donnelly. Donnelly shot for 3, missed everything. T-Birds with the basketball. As they come ahead, there's down quickly is Perea. Perea into the lane, up with the left hand, good. 29-26, Lady T-Birds got this, whittled down to 3. Kessler with the basketball for the Lady Cavaliers, comes top of the key, gives it off to Strand. Strand back to Kessler on the elbow. Shot it into the baseline, and now that pass is going to be picked off. Coming out with it, are the Lady T-Birds as they give it to Phelps. Phelps, a shot up, no good. Brown with the rebound. She lost it, will kick it back. Shot for three, no good. But with the putback, finally, Taylor Schaefer finally going to get the putback for the T-Birds. And the lead is down to one, 29-28 with 1:48 to go in the third. We're back in 30. You're listening to and watching high school basketball on 1480 K-Ray.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Paid for by Federal Highway Safety Funds.
R.J. Fox, Caleb Berggraf at Scottsbluff High School. Our final game of this year. We will next be joining you from the James Johnson tournament at Cheyenne East. St. Thomas More basketball coming out of the timeout, and Jade Brown kicks the inbounds pass. They finally get it in. Henry with the basketball. Comes near side. Now we'll reverse almost a 10-second call. Off to Strand, top of the key. Gives it to Henry. Henry on the elbow. Off to Hyde. That pass inside is going to be picked off, taken away. Here come the Lady T-Birds on the run. Schaefer inside to Perea. Perea is going to be fouled from behind. So the rest for Kessler did not last very long. Donnelly will pick up her third. Kessler will come in for her. It'll be East basketball underneath their own basket. Also checking into the ball game will be Gilton, as she'll replace Bryn Donnelly. 29-28. Lady Cavaliers lead by one. There's the inbounds play. Shot up for three. Count it! Peyton Perea drains the trifecta. And the T-Birds are out in top, 31-29. 1 minute to go in the third. Gilton gives it off to Kessler. Comes near side to Henry. Henry drives the baseline, puts up the shot, won't go, gets her own rebound, and now gives it off to Kessler. Kessler to the free throw line, drives, has it taken away. Dribbled into a crowd, and Cruz comes out with it. There's the pass to Brown. Brown too far into the basket, can't get it up. Will give it off to Cruz. Cruz inside to Brown. Brown power steps, and no, they're going to say the offensive foul.
That one I have a little bit more trouble with on that side of things. That was just a good power step by Jade Brown. She did everything perfectly on that one. And
yep.
That one's the official there he's called all the offensive fouls on this one. I think he got a little bit happy with his offensive foul calls. I've agreed with every other one.
25 seconds to go on the shot clock and the game clock here in the third quarter. Kisler with the basketball for the Lady Cavaliers. They shoot it down, give it off to Shear at the baseline. That inbounds pass is going to be tipped away by Brown. So it will be side out to St. Thomas More. She get it to Shear on the inbounds play, missed the point blank shot, fight for the rebound. East will come out with it. Ahead quickly to Cruz. Cruz up, off the glass, count it. Malaya Cruz. At the buzzer, off the back of the iron, no good. After 3 quarters of play, the T-Birds have scratched their way back out on top and lead by 4, 33-29. We're back in 30. You're listening to and watching high school basketball on 1480 K-Ray.
Far from ordinary and very capable, the new 2025 Kia Seltos is ready to take you through the season in style. I'm AJ Miller with Kia of Cheyenne, and it's time to look at the Kia Seltos and save during our Season of New Tradition sales event. Kia Seltos is powerful with a turbocharged engine, adaptive all-wheel drive, and extensive safety features. Save now on the new Kia Seltos at Kia of Cheyenne. Call 775-0123 or go to kiaofcheyenne.com and we'll make it easy.
RJ Fox, Caleb Berggraf back at Scottsbluff High School. So we will, our last game of this year coming up here shortly, as Caleb will bring that to you. So this is like our last broadcast. The James Johnson in Cheyenne, the 9th, 10th, and 11th of January. That's when we'll be joining you next with high school basketball. Looking forward to that. Always some good teams coming down for that contest. We get ready for the fourth and final quarter. 33-29, East leads, and they'll get the basketball to begin this fourth quarter. There's a drive, and the pass intended for Ushner is going to be out of her reach. Or rather to Haas, and the rebound knocked out of bounds. T-Birds will get it back. Peyton Hall will bring it up, work it against Kessler. As that pass almost picked off, now the T-Birds got a 5-on-4. A shot from the corner for three, won't go, hits the side of the iron. Lady Cavaliers come up with it. Kessler comes near side to Gilton. Gilton back to Kessler. Circles around far side to Henry. Down into the corner, looking inside, nothing there, nothing there. Now we'll reverse it out to Henry. Again to Kessler on the elbow. Again down into the corner to Hyde. Hyde looking inside. Again, nothing there. Lady Cavaliers reverse it. There's a shot up for three. No good by Henry. Rebounded by Brown, as Brown will bring it down for the Lady T-Birds. Brown hands it off to Hall. Hall for three. Won't go. Brown with the rebound. With the dribble. Up off the glass. Good.
Jade Brown.
Jade Brown finally with her second bucket of the ball game. 4 points. There's a shot for three. That one won't go for St. Thomas More. East with the rebound. Hall ahead quickly. Spins, turns into the lane, off the glass, count it, and a whistle.
Oh, flex in there from her. That was a pretty move.
It was, so.
Foul on Sloan Kessler, her first team foul against St. Thomas More.
Kessler gets her first.
T-Birds were down at one point in time, 28-22. They turned it around on a 15-1 run right now, going back to the last quarter.
Well, Peyton Hall with a chance at the old-fashioned three. Off the back of the iron, won't go. Rebound. Going to be gathered up by St. Thomas More, but trying to make a pass. Anna Henry was pinned against the end line. Tried to make a bounce pass. The ball hits the end line, goes out of bounds, so it's going to be East basketball underneath their own basket. And they get it in. Schaefer, top of the key. Gives it off to Phelps. Phelps to Perea. Back to Schaefer. Swings this around to Hall. Hall, she'll drive, shot off the glass, won't go, gets her own rebound. Dribble, turn, spin is going to be fouled in the lane.
Well, East just bringing more energy right now. That's one of the biggest things that they're bringing. And also, you talked about it earlier, RJ, they're starting to use their size to their advantage more.
So that one is going to go on Rachel Hyde. That'll be her third. It'll be East basketball.
Rachel Hyde, her third.
Second team foul on the Lady Cavaliers. There's a great backdoor pass. Schaefer's going to catch it, and Schaefer's going to be fouled on her way up. Looks like.
Number 10, Riley Gilton, her fourth.
So Riley Gilton gets her fourth. Headed to the line will be Taylor Schaefer. Missed everything.
It's her third straight time that she's missed everything at the line.
So I'm sure for those that want to shoot free throw practice, the gym will be open over the holiday weekend and holiday week. Please feel free to stop in and shoot a couple hundred. The lefty eyes it, fires it, makes a second one. Makes it 38-29. As a shot from the baseline by Bryn Donnelly will finally found the end of the bucket, and St. Thomas More with their first basket of the fourth quarter. There's a three-pointer up, no good, and the rebound's going to be knocked out of bounds. That went off Haas, I believe. No, they're going to say off St. Thomas More.
Yeah, I rolled off of 15.
In for East.
So Jade Brown comes back in. She'll replace Schaefer for Cheyenne East. As the T-Birds come up with the basketball, Brown couldn't hang on to it. Now the ball's loose. St. Thomas More will come up with it. And Jade Brown with a wrap on her right hand. That's a new addition. Looks like she may have tweaked her thumb maybe, or Kessler on the far side. Top of the key, bring it around to Donnelly, back to Kessler. Backdoor pass caught down on the bottom. Hyde, and Rachel Hyde will get the point blank bucket.
30-second timeout.
This has been a game of runs going back and forth between these two sides, and it feels like St. Thomas could be on the potential verge of going on another one of those runs.
Absolutely, a 5-point lead. We're back in 30. You're listening to high school basketball on 1480 K-Ray.
Taco John's queso is so good you could drink it. Or you could enjoy it in a cheesy queso boss burrito or with our potato olays. Forget it. The ultimate queso takeover is back for a limited time at Taco John's. Ready for some festivities? Fill up on holiday cheer at Taco John's. For the 29th year, Nachos Navidad is back with seasoned beef, nacho cheese, and festive red and green tortilla chips. 'Tis Nachos Navidad season, only at Taco John's.
To go on the Taco John's scoreboard. It'll be East basketball out of the timeout. Peyton Hall is going to be bumped coming down the near side. She'll be bumped by Kessler, as Kessler will commit her second.
Talking 14 fouls on the Cavaliers.
So one more will put the T-Birds into the bonus. They'll start sending them to the line. Schaefer will trigger it in. She'll get it off to Hall. Hall to Phelps. Kick it out to Haas. Back to Phelps. Back to Haas. Now you're going to get a travel. Somebody drug a foot. East trying to hold the defensive line here. Up by 5, 38-33. Lady Cavaliers with the basketball. Kessler looking out on top to Donnelly. Donnelly to Kessler. Near side to Strand. Strand being pestered by Phelps. Will drive into the lane, puts up the shot. It'll fall in.
Emily Strand.
38-35. Schaefer gives it off to Phelps, to Hall, back to Schaefer. Backdoor cut. Tried to tip the pass to Haas, but the ball is going to be knocked loose. Fight for the ball, jump ball, and it will be pointing toward St. Thomas More.
In for Cheyenne East, Malia Cruz.
Malaya Cruz into the ball game. She'll replace Schaefer. East now in full court, man to man. And the ball is going to be kicked.
Closing in 5 minutes.
So it'll be Cavaliers basketball. They get it into to Kessler. Kessler has it poked away. We'll get it back. Finally dumps it over to Donnelly. Donnelly swings it top of the key to Hyde. To Kessler. Kessler on the elbow. Will drive into the lane. Shot won't go. Whistle on the drive. They're going to call Emily Phelps.
First team foul against Cheyenne.
Second on Phelps, first team foul this quarter. .258 to go on the Taco John scoreboard. For three, count it. Sloan Kessler with the three.
That's a 9-0 run now by the Cavaliers.
As we are now tied, and now Kessler with the steal, puts up the shot, won't go. Putback won't go, and finally East will clear it out. Malaya Cruz, and she's going to be fouled in the backcourt. Well, shooting. Now she gets some free throws.
Foul number 13, Amity Strand.
They're going to give that one to Amity Strand, her third, but that's a 15 foul, and that will send to the line Malaya Cruz. And you mentioned it, Caleb, this game has been a game of runs. Missed the first one. It's like 8-0, 9-0. It's like, wow. Instead of just trading buckets, they're just trading runs. So I guess whoever makes the last one. Second shot for Cruz. Nails it. T-Birds back out on top, 39-38. Kessler with the basketball. Goes far side. Drops it off for Strand. Strand. They get it into Hyde. Hyde over the top of Brown, but the shot does not touch much of anything. And here come the Lady T-Birds on the run. Haas gives it off to Hall. Schaefer. Perea. Or rather, Cruz. Shot from the lane by Hall won't go, but a whistle.
Foul number 13, Amity Strand, her fourth.
So Amity Strand had collected her fourth. Headed to the line will be Peyton Hall. Hall is 1 for 5. Missed the first one.
Into the game for St. Thomas More.
Cheyenne East was only 5 for 12 in the first half, and they have not improved on that. Average. Second one's going to go in, out, won't go. Rebound fought for. East had it, but it is taken away by Kessler. Haas had the rebound, but Kessler took it away from her. So with 1:42 to go, here we go. 39-38, Lady T-Birds by 1. Top of the key, Donnelly, and she'll make the three-pointer. Bryn Donnelly, her second trifecta of the ball game, has put the Lady Cavaliers out on top, 41-39. Hall with the basketball, drive shot, no good. Schaefer the rebound on the backside. Looking to kick it out, is now double teamed, and timeout on the floor. Eric Westling calls time with 1:15 to go. Lady Cavaliers by 2. We're back in 30. You're listening to high school basketball on 1480 K-Ray.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, Okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Paid for by Federal Highway Safety Funds.
R.J. Fox, Caleb Burgraff back at Scottsbluff High School, and it has been a dandy between Cheyenne East and St. Thomas More of Rapid City. Is on the inbounds play, getting it up, getting it in on the inbounds play, Cash Haas. We are tied at 41 with 1:06 to go. .25 on the shot clock. 56 on the game clock. Kessler, top of the key, comes near side to Henry. Henry cuts down the middle, kicks it back to Donnelly. Donnelly swings it around to Kessler. Kessler will drive on Brown. Now we'll kick it back out to Donnelly. Donnelly into the lane, puts up the running one-hander, misses everything. Ball goes into the wall. It will be Cheyenne East basketball with 33.6 to go.
Thomas More, Leighton Shear, in for Cheyenne East, Peyton Hall.
So Peyton Hall will check back in. Lady T-Birds here with 33 seconds to go and play for the last shot. Tied at 41. Schaefer has the ball tipped away, taken away by Donnelly. Donnelly ahead to Kessler. Kessler's shot won't go. Rebounded by Henry. Henry gives it off to Hyde, and a timeout. St. Thomas More. T-Birds had it, turned it over. That has been the story of the second half, is turnovers. We're back in 30. You're listening to high school basketball on 1480 K-Ray.
Cheyenne Regional Medical Group's Smart Exam provides low-cost, convenient care for many common illnesses, including influenza, sore throats, headaches, allergies, and more. You will answer questions about your symptoms on our website, and a diagnosis and treatment plan will be sent to your inbox from a CRMG provider. Feel better faster with CRMG Smart Exam. Use today to diagnose your symptoms at cheyenneregional.org/smartexam.
R.J. Fox, Caleb Burgraff. It has been a game of runs by both teams. And Caleb, right now, you just need a run of two or even one.
Yeah, just need a basket at this point in time. And 19 seconds left. If you're St. Thomas, we talked about this last week when South was out there. They held for that final shot into the final seconds. I don't think you do that. I am a huge anti-holding till the final shot. Give yourselves a chance to maybe do something after in case you miss.
Yeah, to get
trust your defense.
A rebound, a putback, or a rebound, a pass, a shot, something.
Even then, get something quick. Trust your defense, too, to hold it for 10 seconds. I mean, you want something in the first 5 to 6 seconds of this clock.
Kessler will inbound it for St. Thomas More. She'll get it off the inbounds now with 14 seconds. Drives to the free throw line, down into the corner. Now they'll reverse it back out to Gilton. Back to Kessler, into the lane, off the glass, won't go. 4 seconds to go. There's the putback, and good. Rachel Hyde. And that is the ball game.
What do I know?
What do you know?
What do I know?
Rachel Hyde on the rebound. Kessler took the shot in the lane and running one-hander. It bounced off the back of the rim. Kind of a long rebound. Hyde gets it and puts it back up and in. And just like that, the Lady T-Birds come up short, 43-41.
First loss of the season for the T-Birds, too. Drops them to 5-1.
Wow, what a ball game. What a ball game. Well, stay tuned. We've got the St. Thomas More Cavaliers and the Cheyenne East T-Bird boys coming up. We'll be back and check the final scoring on this one after a 2-minute timeout, a 2-minute break. You are listening to and watching high school basketball on 1480 K-Ray.
Being game day ready means bringing the die-hard passion. All in, all the time. And now you can show your Cowboys pride everywhere you go with the Cowboys Visa debit card. Free with FMBO free checking. Gear up, game on, and give it up for the Pokes every time you pay. The Cowboys Visa debit card, only at FMBO, the bank of the Cowboys. Bring it. Get yours today at fmbo.com/Cowboys. Member FDIC.
Power your adventures with the all-electric 2024 Subaru Solterra. It has the rugged versatility of standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and 8.3 inches of ground clearance. It's the most advanced Subaru ever with our latest safety technology and zero emissions. The 2024 Subaru Solterra. Love is now electric. The all-new Subaru Solterra with prices starting at $46,340. See dealer for details.
Come in now for the Subaru A Lot of Love event. Experience the holiday difference at Holiday Subaru.
Taco John's queso is so good you could drink it. Or you could enjoy it in a cheesy queso boss burrito or with our potato olays. Forget it. The ultimate queso takeover is back for a limited time at Taco John's. Ready for some festivities? Fill up on holiday cheer at Taco John's. For the 29th year, Nachos Navidad is back with seasoned beef, nacho cheese, and festive red and green tortilla chips. 'Tis Nachos Navidad season, only at Taco John's.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
The 2024 Border Brawl, a dandy between St. Thomas More and the Cheyenne East Lady T-Birds. St. Thomas More on a bucket with about 1 second to go. Amity Strand getting the credit for that one. Knocks it home, and the Lady Cavaliers come out with a 43-41 win.
Yeah, it was a back-and-forth game. East, though, I feel like the biggest thing that they can learn from that game moving forward after it is just how to control their emotions when it comes to the runs, because consistency, in my opinion, has always come down to how your mental state comes down to the game. You're going to go on highs and lows, obviously, without necessarily having that, but if you can kind of just dig in and continue to have it, not get too high, not get too low. I think that was the problem. They went on a 15-1 run, and then they only were able to score 3 more points after that 15-1 run. So you need to find ways not to get too high and to keep yourselves burrowed in on it.
Well, for the Lady T-Birds, they started off that second half. I did not track turnovers, and that's probably a good thing because like 5 out of their first 6 possessions ended in turnovers. And that's how they began the second half. And it was like, wow. In the first half, free throws, Lady T-Birds only 5 for 12. They went 2 for 7 in the second half, so you're talking 7 of 19 from the charity stripe.
Yeah, a lot of points that they left out there on the line.
Absolutely. Let's check the scoring. First for the St. Thomas More Lady Cavaliers. They were led by Sloan Kessler. Imagine that. Eric Westling said in the pregame show they had great guard play. There she was.
Yeah, she is a dynamic player on the team, and it wasn't just the scoring that she had. Her defense, I think, it's a lot like what we saw last night from Barry. Just really, really, really strong defense on that side. The offense will come, and the offense will be a steady for her, but she forced so many of those steals and so many of those turnovers and limited the fast breaks of East. That was another thing East really struggled with. Could never get onto her fast breaks because of what Kessler was able to do.
Scoring for the rest of the Lady Cavaliers, Bryn Donnelly had 8, Caitlin Stain with 3, Riley Gilton with 5, Amity Strand with 2, Alexa Shear with 2, Leighton Shear had 5, Rachel Hyde with 6. Lady Cavaliers scoring 10 in the first, 13 in the second, just 6 in the third quarter, and 14 in the second. Scoring for Cheyenne East, they were led by Peyton Hall. She had 8. And then it's just kind of a slew, but nobody in double digits. Emily Phelps had 6, Peyton Perea with 5, Cashlyn Haas had 7, Taylor Schaefer with 6, Malaya Cruz had 5, Jade Brown with just 4. And that'll be interesting to see what kind of injury she sustained to her right hand. She did come back out in the second half and played in the third quarter, but that hand was, right hand was wrapped up. The Lady T-Birds scoring 11 in the first, 7 in the second, 15 in the third,
but just 8 points in that fourth and final quarter. So again, the Lady T-Birds fall to the Lady Cavaliers of St. Thomas More of Rapid City, 43-41 on a shot with about 1 second left. That gives the Lady Cavaliers the 43-41 victory. All right, we're going to take a break. We will shift gears as we get set for boys action, as we've got St. Thomas More, again of Rapid City, taking on Cheyenne East, the T-Birds boys basketball. Caleb Berggraf will have that call for you in just a few. High school basketball on 1480 K-Ray is brought to you by Affordable Computer Repair. Gift Connections now on eBay. MHP LLP, Chick-fil-A, Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service, Page Lane at Number One Properties, 2 doors down, Platte Valley Bank, The Gill Window Company, Fat Boys Tire and Auto, Burns Insurance Agency, First Tier Bank, Wyoming Department of Transportation, Kia of Cheyenne, Pepsi of Cheyenne, Cheyenne Regional Medical Center, Halliday Subaru in Motor City, FNBO, and of course our scoreboard sponsor, our friends at Taco John's. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout, a 3-minute break, and then we will be back to Scottsbluff High School for game number 2 of our doubleheader between Cheyenne East and St. Thomas More of Rapid City. So back in 3 minutes. You're listening to high school basketball on 1480 K-Ray.
Hi, this is Larry Proity from the Morning Pro Shop talking about affordable computer repair. Lanny at Affordable Computer Repair in Cheyenne reminds you whenever your personal computer, laptop, or iPad is not performing to your standards, then it's time to call Affordable Computer Repair in Cheyenne at 307-256-8971 and let Lanny's many years of experience fix or address the problems that may exist. Also, watch out for those bad elements out there to harm your computer. Affordable Computer Repair is the perfect choice to consult you on the proper maintenance for your systems. Remember, it's Affordable Computer Repair in Cheyenne. Please call 256-8971.
Overnight stays, weekend getaways, or last-minute vacations. However you choose to get away, earn double rewards on your travel purchases with your Platte Valley Bank Rewards credit card. Earning is twice as nice on hotels, airlines, car rentals, and more, now through December 31st. As always, earn 1 point per dollar spent on everything else, plus no annual fee. Apply now at pvbank.com and start earning double today.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC. Subject to credit approval, certain restrictions apply. Special offer only valid on consumer rewards credit card.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows.
The Gill Window Company in Cheyenne is a family-owned local window supplier that's been servicing Cheyenne and the area for over 30-plus years. If you're looking for replacement windows, sliding patio doors, or custom windows, the Gill Window Company is the perfect choice. Call 307-778-3037.
At Fat Boys Tire and Auto, our business is about more than just selling tires and fixing cars. We believe in faith, family, and community. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and 3 generations later, our values have never changed. When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys, and we'll treat you like family. Fat Boys Tire and Auto in Cheyenne, Laramie, Scottsbluff, and Wheatland. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
East High School's boys and St. Thomas on the boys' side of things. And RJ, you got a chance to talk with Sly Johnson at halftime of the girls' game. Talk a little bit about what you heard from now and what his thoughts were on just getting into this game and what they needed to do.
Well, for Cheyenne East, it has been somewhat of a successful first few games. That last weekend in Riverton and tonight they did come up short a little bit last night. And and just talking with Sly, it's what's it like being first-year head coach, and he's enjoyed it. And the one of the best things is just like head coach Randy Philbin of Central, he had a chance to coach these guys last year, so he's familiar with these guys. He coached them in JV, he's coached some of them in sophomore, so it's not like he stepped in and nobody, they were familiar with each other. He knows what they expect of him, what he expects of them. But he says it's been a great learning experience, and he's looking forward to a successful year.
No, definitely looking forward to that. He's bringing back some good names on his side of the roster, a couple of ones that you might recognize from last year. Definitely Trayden Johnson. That probably is the first name that you really just jumps out at you as Trey, because he was one of the players of the year for the football team and is expected to be one of the players that's really going to contribute a lot on this basketball team.
It most certainly is. And another is Cam Nath, who is a junior, saw action last year as a sophomore. So Cam Nath logged some time. Camden Hassler logged time. So it's not like it's not like the cupboard was bare. They graduated some good players, but the group that's back is pretty good. Noah Jackson saw time last year, and it's really for Cheyenne East. I don't want to say they could use a little more size. They're not bad. They're like 6'1", 6'1", 6'3", 6'3". But you're running into some tall timber.
Well, we found out in our last game, size definitely does not mean everything. We'll see if it means much in this game. We'll take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll see what the Cavaliers and the Thunderbirds have in store for us. Final game of 2024 on K-Ray, and the second to last day of the Border Brawl here from Scottsbluff High School. Back in 60 seconds on 1480 K-Ray.
Hi, this is Larry Proity from the Morning Pro Shop talking about affordable computer repair. Lanny at Affordable Computer Repair in Cheyenne reminds you whenever your personal computer, laptop, or iPad is not performing to your standards, then it's time to call Affordable Computer Repair in Cheyenne at 307-256-8971 and let Lanny's many years of experience fix or address the problems that may exist. Also, watch out for those bad elements out there to harm your computer. Affordable Computer Repair is the perfect choice to consult you on the proper maintenance for your systems. Remember, it's Affordable Computer Repair in Cheyenne. Please call 256-8971.
We welcome you back out to Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Caleb Bergraff and RJ Fox dug back in the studio, running the master board for us and making sure we sound nice and pretty out here. As let's take a look at today's starters.
That's not an easy job, dude.
Let's take a look at today's starters. Wyatt Gilton is going to lead things off for St. Thomas. Declan Duffy is going to be wearing the number 12. Max Speed, which is a heck of a name, is going to be wearing number 22. Broden Sales wears 23, and Ashton Paulson wears number 24. On the other side, for the East Thunderbirds, Cam Nath, you heard RJ talk about him. He'll be leading off wearing number 1. Number 2 is Camden Hassler. Number 3 is River Sawyer. Trayden Johnson wears number 15, and Noah Jackson wears the number 31. One interesting thing about both of these teams, they are very deep when it comes to the amount of kids that they brought. Both of them bringing over 15 kids on their roster and suiting up, and in the books they even were having trouble to get all the names into the roster.
They
brought everybody they could, and they're hoping for a chance to play everybody.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what you use these, what we call preseason or what we consider preseason tournaments. It's a chance to, you figure out your starters, which mainly you figure out in practice anyway, but rotations, player rotations, who can you trust in this situation or who can you trust in that situation? There's a lot of stuff that gets worked out in these preseason tournaments because you hope by the time you hit the James Johnson coming up on the 8th, 9th, and 10th of next month, you've got it figured out because then you're into conference play.
Well, you talk a little bit about the coaching staffs for this team, too. New head coach and Sly Johnson for the East Thunderbirds. On the other side, Jordan Mills, the head coach for St. Thomas, he has got a crew next to him. He's got about 6 assistant coaches, I'm assuming most volunteer assistants, but he has got a crew that is over there next to him, and that's always something that is a benefit to a team that's got a deep roster. You do have 3 assistant coaches over there for East, and I know they have a plethora of assistants back in Cheyenne, too, but these two teams that have a lot of depth that they can bring out there onto the court. East will be wearing the whites with the powder blue trim. On the other side, Cavaliers in the dark blue uniforms. Cavaliers on the front in black outlined in white as they will be moving left to right. The East Thunderbirds opening up, moving right to left as the home team in this evening's contest.
I am looking for a very up-tempo ball game.
A little bit behind schedule here, about 17 minutes after the scheduled tip time, and the opening tip won initially by East, but tipped right into the hands of Max Speed as St. Thomas will open up with possession of the basketball. Work in the half court, they'll go into the high post, handoff gets sent to Gilton, and he'll take a jumper, drops it home from the elbow for 2, and St. Thomas starts off with the lead over the T-Birds. Driving right side, Camden Hassler will take it into the corner. Pulls back out as a work against a man-to-man defense played by St. Thomas. River Sawyer swings the ball left side where Noah Jackson looks for a couple of flashers in the post. No one comes open, gives it back out to Johnson. Shot clock down to 13. Underneath, Noah Jackson, nice cut to the paint. Good feed underneath to him by Hassler, and Noah Jackson gets the T-Birds onto the board. Both sides successful on their opening possessions. 45 seconds in.
This is the first time I've seen Noah Jackson since last season, and it really looks like he's dropped a few. He's slimmed down a little bit, found the weight room.
Broden Sales able to take this one into the lane, lays that up and in, 4-2. Cavaliers on top. Both teams have scored on all of their early possessions as Nath nearly turns the ball over, but is able to recover. They'll pull it back out to Camden Hassler, who steps near the half-court stripe. 6:45 left to go. Gives over to Johnson as Trey give back on the baseline. Hassler can't find anything there. Nath drives the paint. He can't roll one along the rim that falls off instead of in, and the rebound scooped up underneath by Braden Sales. St. Thomas gives it back to Sales. Speed flashes through the lane. Instead, they'll go top of the key for Gilton. He can't knock down the three-point shot. Initial rebound goes to Hassler, but he can't hold on to it as Paulson takes the offensive board and lays it in for his first basket. 6-2. T-Birds down by 4. Jackson takes it up top for East. Handoff goes to Nath. Gives back to Sawyer. River over to Hassler. Good weave going up top for East as they'll continue it with Noah Jackson picking it up at the free throw line. Burrows his way in against Speed. Underneath handoff. Great feed. Able to find a River Sawyer. Both baskets earned by assist, but right back the other way. St. Thomas, a quick pass into the paint goes to Broden Sales where he's fouled and will step to the line for 2.
Definitely an up-tempo ball game, which is what I expected.
Trey Johnson, his first foul.
First foul goes against Trey Johnson.
Broden Sales, shooting 2.
And Sales will step to the free throw line for a pair. As we said, left-handed shooter. Spins, fires, and connects. As he's the first player to get more than 2 points for the Cavaliers. 7-4, they lead this one. They've led this one all the way. There was a tie at 2, but East has slightly fallen off the pace, doubled up as the second free throw also falls through. It'll be brought forward by Camden Hassler. Into the corner he goes, asking for some movement. Not a whole lot of movement at all from East. They give it off to Trey Johnson. He'll start that weave. Noah Jackson now cuts around, and Jackson while he was looking inside, ends up giving the ball away as he travels. That's the first turnover by East in the game.
Shuffle the feet, looking for an open cutter.
8-4. The ball goes over to Paulson to bring forward. Neither side has used a substitution yet. Nearly 3 minutes into this first quarter. Speed hands off up top to Duffy. His three ball off of the heel of the rim, no good. Picked up by Sales. Dish back up top. They'll give another opportunity for Duffy. Second three-point shot, also no good. And the rebound scooped up by Nath underneath the basket. East wants to run. Hassler drives inside, gives back to Nath at the top of the key. He'll replace him in the paint. Can't get the line drive floater to go, and it's going to be picked up on the rebound by Gilton. Drive into the lane, dishes over to the left side. Duffy again can't hit, and over the top of the back goes Max Speed, who picks up his first foul as he tried to hassle Noah Jackson from getting the rebound, and Jackson ends up getting the whistle to give him and the T-Birds the ball back on the baseline. 4:51 left first quarter.
St. Thomas More with a little bit of a size advantage, I think, in this contest.
Hassler will bring the ball up the right side. 4:45 to go. Handoff given to Rivers Sawyer as he works it back to the near side wing. East has gone into this weave the last 4 possessions down the court. They really like running into that one, trying to shift around the defense. As pushing into the paint goes Hassler, swings a pass underneath for Nath, and Nath had already cut past where the pass was intended for, and the turnover gives the Cavaliers a chance to build on the 4-point advantage, as we'll see Sadell Johnson sub onto the court, as well as Kanan Zawada. Kanan will guard Paulson as he brings the ball forward for the Cavaliers. East playing a man-to-man defense right now. Speed. Oh, it wasn't Speed, actually. That was Paulson. As Braden Sales gets the ball inside. Nice pass to him. 10-4. Good buddy. Cavaliers up on top by 6. Drive down on the baseline by Johnson. That's Sadell Johnson. Gives up top to Trey. Trey brings it into the free throw line. Hounded there by Braden Sales. East weaves it back outside to Jackson. Swing outside to Sadell. His three ball off the back heel. Rebound on the far side by Sales is scooped up, and that's something that the Cavaliers are dominating right now, is the rebounding contest. Only one rebound for East early on in this game through 4 minutes, partially because the Cavaliers have been good on the offensive side early on. Gilton goes up top where it's Paulson. Ashton to Sales. They go inside to Speed, camped out in the lane, has to give the ball back outside and reposition himself as a jumper with 6 on the shot clock, missed by Paulson. Rebound tracked down by Solzarski, but he throws the ball away inside of the paint. East gets out onto the run. Reverse layup on the left side by Zawada is good, and East stays within 4.
Great fast break that time by Cheyenne East.
Cavaliers will come back up again left to right as Paulson slows the pace down slightly. Speed takes it out on the right elbow. Handoff and a circle around that's missed by Braden Sales. Another offensive rebound as they work it into Sales, who's fouled, and he'll step to the line again. The rebound went to Gilton on the far side. That's 3 offensive rebounds in this game already for the Cavaliers.
Fouls on number 1, Cam Nath.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of size advantage that St. Thomas More has. They're taking advantage of it.
2:52 to go. Cavaliers up by 4 currently at 10-6. They've led by as many as 6 at 10-4. First free throw is no good. Hassler returns to the court. Also does Sawyer. Trey Johnson and Cam Nath will head over to the bench. So he's going small on the court. Second free throw up, and Sales able to cash in on that one. He's got 7 of the initial points for the Cavaliers. Almost 2/3 of their offense as he'll set onto the bench to get a little bit of a breather. Back out for them. And checking onto the court again is going to be Declan Duffy. Pass goes inside. Spin move down on the paint by Sadell Johnson earns him a foul as the chair was kind of pulled out, but his feet kind of kept backpedaling, and that invited Max Speed to try and steal the ball away. He picks up his second instead. 2:44 to go as East will inbound. This one lobbed up and tipped up into the air, stolen away. Gilton brings it forward, but then he throws the ball away as the sides trade turnovers. Sadell Johnson gets it up ahead, blocks shot on Rivers Sawyer's 3-ball attempt, pulls down the rebound again for the T-Birds. as they'll go inside to Jackson, and Noah, nice job getting to the right side to lay one off of the glass. 11-8, a 3-point lead.
Good move there by Noah Jackson.
Ashton Paulson will bring it forward for the Cavaliers again, runs into a double team. It'll be Hassler poking up the steal, up ahead to Siddell, and he lays it up and in. Hassler's steal leading to a fast break, and all of a sudden it's a 6-1 run coming from the T-Birds with 2 minutes to go in the first. Paulson trying to push the pressure. Gets it up into the teeth of Hassler, and Hassler is going to reach in and pick up the foul. Third team foul against the T-Birds. As Sales will come back onto the court for the Cavaliers to replace Max Speed with 2 fouls. Cavaliers have not gone deep into the bench early on. They'll inbound into the backcourt as Ashton Paulson will take over point. Throws the ball right into the waiting hands of River Sawyer, able to somehow get it back in the scrum. They'll go back over, and now Sawyer gets a little bit too intent on trying to steal that ball away and picks up his first foul, and the 4th on the T-Birds.
Yeah, just trying to do the wraparound, reach around, and tap it away.
So we'll have an inbound coming in from St. Thomas More. Sales will have to hold off for a second. Ryan Negebauer will sub onto the court and replace Ashton Paulson. They'll give point guard duties to Gilton. Handoff given in to the newly inserted Negebauer, and he's able to knock that one through. Negebauer with his first basket makes it 13-10. Right back the other way, floating a shot up into the paint is Zawada. That's no good, and the rebound scooped up again by the Cavaliers as it's Silzarski who comes away with his second. 13-10, a chance to make it a 2-possession game again for the Cavaliers. The Sales burrows in, goes against Nath, able to find a sliver of space and lay that one in. He's got 9 now in the game. Minute and 7 seconds to go. East will give it off to Hassler as Camden hands off to Trey Johnson, who subbed back onto the court. Gives back over to Hassler. Zawada waiting in the corner. They'll go away from him to the near side. Nath on the 3-point line dishes it back beyond the stripe after driving in. Zone defense being played right now by St. Thomas. That invites a 3 from Trey Johnson. No good, though, and the rebound kicks out to Duffy as the Cavaliers have a 10-second difference between shot and game clock. Into the lane. Quick drive, dished up into the air. Solzarski had it popped away from him. Kept on by Sales, and they'll go back outside to Gilton to run the offense. Negebauer goes inside to Sales. Swing pass to the left side. Another 3-ball. This one airballed into the hands of Zawada as Gilton can't hit it. East with a chance with 17 seconds to cut it back to a 1-possession game, and a nice pass into Cam Nath gets them that basket. 15-12 with 10 to go. Cavaliers holding for the final shot. 5 seconds left. Pass underneath, all alone below the hoop is Declan Duffy as he lays it in on the Gilton assist, and East finds themselves down 17-12 after a quarter of play here at the Border Brawl. Back in 30 seconds on 1480 K-Ray.
MHP is a certified public accounting firm located in both Cheyenne and Fort Collins, offering accounting, tax, and consulting services to businesses, not-for-profit, government, and individual clients. MHP takes pride in their commitment to providing close, personal attention to their clients. They also continue to invest time and resources in continuing education, state-of-the-art computer technology, and valuing their relationships with you. MHP is a proud supporter of local and UW athletics. MHP, check them out at their new location at 1509 Bent Avenue in historic downtown Cheyenne, or call 634-2151.
Sells down 17-12 after a quarter.
Well, you knew it was going to be an up-tempo game. Cheyenne East loves to play up-tempo. That seems to be the high school game now, is you press, and then you get the ball offensively. You try to create turnovers, and it is just an up-tempo game. A lot of fun to watch, that is for sure. For Cheyenne East, got to do a better job on the boards, though. They're getting beat on the boards, and that's where St. Thomas More. That's where they're making their money.
They've got one offensive rebound. That was a block shot that ended up right back in the hands of River Sawyer. On the other side, he got 4 offensive rebounds coming from St. Thomas, as they've been able to control and make sure East only gets 1. Starting out, Camden Hassler will bring it across as East gets possession to start the second quarter of play. They send their starters onto the court again as well as Trey Johnson gives to Hassler, gets it back, brings it up in between the rings. Handoff back to River Sawyer. Drive to the right elbow. Flings one up, off balance, no good. Rolls off of the rim into the hands of Solzarski for his third rebound. Quick pass up ahead, right side. Negebauer ends up with it in the right corner. Underneath pass finds Sales. He's got 9 points already. Little baby hook. That was Magic Johnson-esque right there from Braden Sales. And I shouldn't say Magic Johnson. That's Kareem.
That was almost, yeah.
That was a sky hook right there a little bit. As inside goes Sawyer. He'll wing a pass up top, and a blocking foul gets called on Negebauer underneath as Ryan picks up his first foul. I saw the Cavaliers working on that pregame. Their posts, they work on that little baby hook with both the left hand and the right hand, so that's going to be something East has to be able to figure out how to defend when they get posted up.
Well, they've got the height to work it with.
East will inbound from the baseline, standing on the E and Bearcats on the baseline. They'll send it out deep to Cameron Nath. Driving inside, Sawyer stripped to the basketball. Bodies tumble to the deck. Tie-up going to be called with St. Thomas More in possession as Solzarski wins them an extra offensive set.
St. Thomas More basketball.
St. Thomas More just looking very efficient on their side. They come into this game at 4-0 against the 4-1 T-Birds. Excuse me, 3-1, I apologize, against 4-1. Across the timeline, Ashton Paulson all the way into the paint. Reach-in foul on the flyby comes against Trey Johnson. So Johnson picks up his second foul, first team foul against the T-Birds, and we'll see how long Sly Johnson sticks with Trey out there on the court. Got to protect him. Again, he's one of those players you expect a little bit from after having such a strong year athletically. Already just on the football field. Outside, Paulson with the basketball, swings it over to Negebauer. He'll kick a pass cross court back to Paulson. Hesitates, now steps in from 12 feet, bottoms out. That's a pretty little shot from Paulson for his second basket of the game. Quickly up ahead, Trey Johnson drives baseline, working against Sales, burrows up. Sales able to trap him under the hoop, pulls down the rebound after the missed shot for his fourth. And it'll be off to Paulson to bring forward. Left to right with a 21-12 lead. T-Birds down by 9 to the Cavaliers. Cavaliers looking for double digits. Sales gets it on the left side, handoff outside to Duffy. Three ball is good.
Man, that was smooth from the big man.
They've been looking for the three ball a couple of times. Duffy's attempted three already. That's his fourth, and he finally gets one to go down. Trey Johnson gets one outside, right to Nath on the block. He'll turn around and spin one in, gets his second basket of the game, trims it back to 10, 24-14, 2 minutes off of the clock in the second quarter. Paulson centers it on top of the Big S at center court. Gives out to the left side. Solzarski moves it back around to the right where Paulson holds onto it on the wing. Back a swing in front of Jackson. A three ball up from the top of the key. No good. Missed there by Negebauer, but the outlet pass after the rebound for the T-Birds. Nath ends up throwing it right back to Negebauer, who got back on defense. That's something the guys' team shares with the girls' team. They both get back on defense very well.
They do. They're well coached.
Pass nearly thrown away out to the left corner. They'll find an open Paulson for three. His shot too strong off the side of the rim. Bounces back to Cam Nath. He's got 3 boards in the game for the T-Birds as they're starting to establish themselves a bit more on that rebounding side. Drive into the paint, kicked outside to Sawyer. Step in from 15 off the heel of the rim, no good. Cam Nath gets the offensive board though. He's starting to take over for the T-Birds. He's got all 4 of their points in this quarter, down 24-16.
And he's done it all from inside.
4:48 left to go. Paulson holds on to it just in front of the logo. Sawyer pesters him. He'll spin to his left at the elbow, slides to a stop, pulls up, fades away, crawls one over the rim, and Ashton Paulson gets onto the board for the second time in this quarter. Both offenses really starting to find a groove. Johnson, tiptoes the sideline. He gets caught under the hoop, but gets fouled as he was able to lean into Sales. We'll see if they call it on Sales or a different one. It is Broden Sales who picks up his first foul and the second on the Cavaliers.
Trey Johnson shooting 2.
Johnson to the line for a pair, his first free throws, and the first free throws of the game for East. .426 to go, makes the first one. Subs on for both sides as we'll see Kanan Zawada sub back on for East. Also back out there is going to be Sadell Johnson. So both Johnson brothers back out onto the court. 15 and 5. I wonder if they planned that. Second free throw good by Trey.
Yeah.
Paulson will bring the ball forward for the Cavaliers. Still up by 8. East looking for a defensive stop as standing out there, Sadell will force the ball away to the left side. Jumper up and missed. Airballed by Solzarski. Picked up on the rebound by Zawada. Hands off to Trey as he'll pick up and hand off back to Zawada. Far side, ball poked away. Solzarski gets out onto the run. The big man runs into a couple of T-Birds but didn't have the ball when he ends up running into Sadell. And the ball is going to stay with the Cavaliers as it was last touched by the white jerseys.
That time the East defense got down the court in time.
So the inbounds play goes to the Cavaliers. They'll give it to Paulson to start the action. They go with a box outside of the paint, wing it to the top as nobody opened up on the initial movement. Taken by Gilton. Drives to the right block. Pushes it up top to Negebauer. And a pass inside trying to find speed is going to see Noah Jackson pick up his first foul.
Foul on 31, Noah Jackson.
So Jackson picks up his first, the second team foul against the T-Birds. East will again be having to defend the inbounds play as Paulson once more will set up on the baseline, this time on the right side of the hoop. And he'll find an open cutter to the far side. That's Max Speed getting his first basket of the game. The T-Birds try to force the ball forwards, and it's going to be tipped out of play by Gilton. Down by 10, 3:42 to go in the first half. T-Birds will have an inbound on right in front of the Cavaliers bench. Speed comes out. Reeve Ross will sub onto the court. Sadell Johnson, pass underneath to Noah Jackson, curls to the hoop, rolls one around the rim, an unkind rim, but the rebound tracked down by Zawada for an extra possession. They'll give it into Sadell Johnson. He drives into the lane, and an offensive foul. They're going to say that he hooked his way around the defender.
Offensive foul on number 5, Sadell Johnson, his first 13 foul into the game. For
That was
It was.
Okay.
He hooked him with the arm. It's you're out of control. You're trying to find something when you're going in there, and Cavaliers will end up picking up that one as they get the turnover. Ball goes over to the left side. Up top, Gilton. And moves it over to Solzarski. Gilton gets it again on the left side. Solzarski cuts in, stripped of the ball as Hassler comes away with a nice steal up the court into the lane, blocked away out of bounds, as somehow able to get back into the play was Gilton.
Good hustle there by the Cavalier defense.
Pretty emphatic on that one as East will inbound. Sly Johnson held both of the arms out. I wasn't sure if he was calling for a timeout. I've seen coaches do that before. Inbound play goes to Jackson, rolls along the rim. No good again. That's twice now Jackson's had one inside, but the defensive pressures forced it away. Still a 10-point lead for the Cavaliers. Solzanski gets the ball out on the left side wing, and miscommunication almost throws the ball away. There was just no power on it. It kind of
if that ball would have had any more oomph to it, it'd have been into the bleachers.
that was just kind of there on the logo for a moment. Drive inside. Paulson has it blocked away with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Good job by Sadell Johnson to get over there and be able to make a clean block nonetheless. Paulson will inbound. And waits for those cutters. He likes to be patient on those inbounds plays, but a good block by Jackson this time denies Ross. Rebound picked up by Jackson. Up ahead, and Hassler forces one up, can't get it to go. On the floor, Noah Jackson gets the offensive board and then is fouled, as they won't get free throws, but Reeve Ross picks up his first.
13 foul on St. Thomas More. In for the Cavaliers, Broden Sales.
2:22 to go in a low-scoring quarter. Just 11-6.
Oh, man. T-Birds have had like 3 point-blank shots and have not got any of them to fall.
That time missing inside of Sadell Johnson. As the ball will go back around to the left side, Solzanski for the Cavaliers will hold it out on the left wing. 2 minutes to go, first half of action. T-Birds still trailing by 10. Their defense has done the work to slow things down for the moment, although a beautiful feed to the lob. Ryan Negebauer able to float one in while in midair from 10 feet off of the hoop. It's a 12-point lead for the Cavaliers, matching their largest of the game. They go right side. Zawada moves it upside to Sidell Johnson. Right side jumper from River Sawyer catches the top of the
standard up into, I guess, what, the straps.
Yeah,
the straps to pull up the hoop.
As the Cavaliers will get the ball back to come back the other way with Cesarski inbounding the ball to Paulson. With a minute 30 to go. St. Thomas looking to try and extend the lead to the largest of the game. Paulson takes it right side wing. Man-to-man defense still being played by East as Negebauer can't lose Trey Johnson. He'll pass it to the corner where a shot up and missed by Gilton is going to result in a foul against St. Thomas on the rebound attempt. That goes against Broden Sales. Second on Broden, fourth against the Cavaliers, so no bonus free throws yet. We'll see a no-walled sub onto the court for the first time as he will replace Negebauer onto the bench. And East will come back up the court right to left. 2 to 3 more possessions left in this first half for East. You need to try and trim this back to single digits. They'll go into Noah. Nice post move. Ends up completely slipping Broden Sales and is going to give him his third foul. Excuse me, they actually give that one to Ashton. They do it. Okay. No, they got it on Paulson. I think the official misread the jersey number on that one, but
yeah.
Either way, it's going to be free throws for Jackson. You'll take it because that gives the leading scorer for St. Thomas More his third foul, or would have given. So excuse me,
but by shipping
so Thomas More is able to stay a little bit off of the trouble. Jackson makes both, 30-20. Paulson will bring this one forward. 60 seconds left. As Paulson looking to get the ball to Wold, gets cut off on that right side. As Hassler was able to get into the passing lane. They reverse it to the right side. Pass underneath, goes into a spinning Sales, and Broden gets another one. He's got 13 points of the 32 for the Cavaliers. Pass inside finds Jackson. Noah fakes a pass, now burrows underneath. That foul is going to go on Sales, as they say he was hung up over on the back. Now he gets his third foul.
And that's big.
Third personal foul. The free throw line.
So we'll sub Reeve Ross back onto the court, and we're in bonus free throws, so Noah Jackson gets another 2 at the line. He's so far. I didn't even say it. That's not on me. Was 4 for 4 at the line. I didn't say it.
You thought it.
It doesn't. It only counts if I say it. That's the only time it counts. 32-20 still. As that is a second one good. That's 7 points for Noah Jackson, 3 in this second quarter, as he's starting to carry a bit more of the weight on the offense for this team. 25 seconds to go, no shot clock. Cavaliers can hold for the final shot, and it looks like that's what they're attempting to do at this point in time. Trey Johnson out there guarding Gilton as Wyatt just trying to keep space between him and keep that 5-second count from going, but he doesn't get enough separation, and Trey Johnson forces the 5-second count. Turnover back over to the T-Birds, 12.3 to go.
Chance to cut it to single digits going into halftime.
That's just what we talked about. That's what they need to focus on in this one, is making that little bit of headway into it. Then you can focus on cutting it to 5 going into the fourth quarter, and so on and so forth. Outside Sidell Johnson, an offensive foul called. East doesn't even get to run the offense as Camden Hassler gets called for the moving screen. And with 3.6 seconds to go, it'll be a far sideline inbound in the backcourt for the Cavaliers. We'll see if they have something drawn up for this kind of a play. Paulson looking for the ball. Instead, they'll throw it up ahead. Hassler with the steal, 2 seconds to go, and he lays that one up and in. Nice. Cavaliers do not end up making the foul, but Hassler makes a huge play on that one to put him in within single digits.
That was an outstanding defensive play to end that first half. and got the T-Birds back within 9. Not big, but hey, we'll take it, right?
Oh, and there was a big part of that in there, too, as the defense in the front court give a shout-out to, I think that was Trayden Johnson, who was stuck to Paulson and forced him to force the pass further up the court and ends up with that lead at 32-23. We step aside, and we'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back with halftime numbers in this one as the East T-Birds down by 9 to the St. Thomas More Cavaliers on 1480 K-Ray.
Plan your next adventure with a new 2025 Kia Telluride. Right now, save during our Season of New Tradition sales event. I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne, and this vehicle has what it takes. Luxury, safety, space, power, and awesome looks. The 2025 Kia Telluride has available 8-passenger comfort, extra ground clearance, plenty of technology, and numerous advanced collision avoidance features. Call 775-0123 or go to KiaofCheyenne.com, and we'll make it easy.
You know that sound anywhere. It's the crisp crunch of that first nacho chip. With its perfect cheese to sour cream ratio sitting atop a layer of delicious beans, it's a sip away from perfection. That's what we're looking for. Add a delicious, refreshing Pepsi and we've achieved absolute nacho nirvana. Because while you can pile those nachos high with every spicy, cheesy, savory topping, there's no topping a cool Pepsi finish. Nachos, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Cheyenne Regional Medical Group's Smart Exam provides low-cost, convenient care for many common illnesses, including influenza, sore throats, headaches, allergies, and more. You will answer questions about your symptoms on our website, and a diagnosis and treatment plan will be sent to your inbox from a CRMG provider. Feel better faster with CRMG Smart Exam. Use today to diagnose your symptoms at CheyenneRegional.org/SmartExam.
Power your adventures with the all-electric 2024 Subaru Solterra. It has the rugged versatility of standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and 8.3 inches of ground clearance. It's the most advanced Subaru ever with our latest safety technology and zero emissions. The 2024 Subaru Solterra. Love is now electric. The all-new Subaru Solterra with prices starting at $46,340. See dealer for details.
Come in now for the Subaru A Lot of Love event. Experience the Halliday difference at Halliday Subaru.
We're at halftime here in Scottsbluff as we wind out the December schedule of the high school season. East taking on St. Thomas More. Girls ended up falling in a heartbreaker 43-41 earlier tonight, and the boys, well, it was not looking great for them right now, 32-23.
It was a whale of a ball game, though.
Absolutely.
It was, and you nailed it. It was a game of runs. Both teams doing 8-point, 9-point, 10-point runs, and it was just back and forth, back and forth. But turnovers, I think, were probably the huge downfall for the Lady T-Birds. I did not track them, but boy, there were a bunch.
Turnovers were the big one, and that one, rebounding's been the big difference in this one early on. T-Birds have been able to figure that issue out, though, but unfortunately the offense has not followed suit. Again, down by 9. Numbers at the half right now for the T-Birds. Noah Jackson leading the way in scoring. He's got 7 points for them and 2 boards. 6 points and 4 rebounds for Cam Nath. 2 points apiece for Camden Hassler, River Sawyer, Sadell Johnson, Kanan Zawada, and Trayden Johnson. There's a couple names in there you need to get more involved in the offense too, particularly Camden Hassler and Trayden Johnson. They both need to be more involved in finally getting some scoring up and going for them. On the other side for St. Thomas, 13 points for Broden Sales, 4 rebounds as well, 6 points for Ashton Paulson, 5 points for Declan Duffy, 4 points for Ryan Negebauer, and 2 points for Wyatt Gilton, as well as Max Speed. The rebounding, as I said, for them has kind of slowed down in that second half or second quarter, but they are still looking to try and dig in deeper a little bit. What's your biggest key outside of the rebound of the second half?
Well, that's been the kind of pivot thing for Cheyenne East. They have played some pretty good defense. They just need to. Oh man, it's like they need to just something. They need to slow down St. Thomas More. Need to slow them down a little bit because St. Thomas More, they've been using their size, and that size has really been something else.
As that'll take us to another break, we'll come back in about 2 minutes, and we will have the second half of action coming your way as the East Thunderbirds down by 9 to the Cavaliers of St. Thomas More out of South Dakota. You are listening to and watching the East Thunderbirds here on 1480 K-Ray.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows.
The Gill Window Company in Cheyenne is a family-owned local window supplier that's been servicing Cheyenne and the area for over 30-plus years. If you're looking for replacement windows, sliding patio doors, or custom windows, the Gill Window Company is the perfect choice. Call 307-778-3037.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows.
At First Tier Bank, we strive to keep it simple. We offer great rates on a variety of CDs, and we don't make you open other accounts, or be a new customer, or use your debit card 12 times a month, or have a direct deposit to get them. We leave that nonsense to the new big green bank in town, or some colorful credit union. At First Tier, we simply invite you to come on in and call either of our 2 Cheyenne locations and get a great rate on a CD that fits your needs. Simple, the way it should be. First Tier Bank, 1508 Stillwater Avenue, or 18th and Cary in downtown Cheyenne. Member.
The Border Brawl 2024 edition of it. Several high schools across the Panhandle in Nebraska hosting multiple teams. It's been a fun one so far, as Central able to bounce back yesterday or today on the girls' side of things, got themselves a win. The guys ended up with a tough game against Kearney. And meanwhile, the East Thunderbirds trying not to go 0-2 today, and the boys trying not to go 0-2 as they trail 32-23.
Yeah, it is. Cheyenne East has had a, but they've been in pretty much everything. I mean, they've been in the games. This one has been. No, I don't want to say it's been tempo. Rebounding, I think, is probably the biggest.
Well, and also
the biggest factor right now.
Finishing shots inside.
Cheyenne
is the
East,
other thing.
Yeah, Cheyenne East had multiple shots that were like point blank, and just could not knock anything home.
Yeah, they've left probably about 10 points out there. And meanwhile, on the other side of things, you mentioned the rebounding, but it's really just denying the rebounding for the Cavaliers. The offensive rebounding is what got St. Thomas More that early advantage for themselves. All right, let's go into the mind of a coach over there with RJ. I know that we're both a few classes shy of our coaching degrees, but on the same side of things, what are you looking forward to most? And you cannot say the word rebounding in this one.
Rebounding. All right. Well, offensively for Cheyenne East, you got to finish. You got to run your offense. You got to finish the shots because like I said, they've left a ton of points in the paint. Just have not been able to finish the shots. On defense, it's get back because, St. Thomas More, they look like they've got pretty good speed as well. So if they're just as fast getting up the floor as you are, it makes it tough. You can't relax.
I would add one thing onto that. You have to get Trey Johnson and Camden Hassler more involved in the scoring side of things. The two of them have been very generous with the basketball, but they have not been able to contribute into the scoring yet. those two have to be involved as we're a few seconds away from getting things going. East out onto the court. They'll be switching off from the left side of the court to the right, so working from left to right on your radio dials. And, of course, those video screens for those of you watching online at K-Ray on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, just the search engine, 1480 KRAE, and there you go.
Actually, I can simplify it. If you just Google KRAE, then it pops right up as well.
There you go. Yeah,
and if you follow it and subscribe to it, you'll get notifications every time we go live.
Every time we go live, you'll be in the know.
East will have the basketball on the far side. Rivers Sawyer will inbound this one back to Camden Hassler as he will cross it over the timeline and get us going. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter as we are just underway. Roll up onto the rim. No good by Hassler as he does try to get that offensive rhythm going, and it's going to be rebounded inside by Solzarski, who will start off on the court for the Cavaliers. He did not in the first half get out there in the starting lineup, so they're trying to save sails a little bit as he is not going to be on the court to start things out. Speed takes it over on the right side. Max will try and go against Jackson, and he uses Max speed to get to the basket, and Max has his second points of the game.
He had a very quizzical look on his face. He was trying to figure out where the offense was going.
It'll be over to the side of Hassler, tries to force one into Jackson, stolen away instead by the Cavaliers. Speed again up the court is going to see the ball deflect off of him out of play. He didn't think that was off of him last as he looked to the official and had to bite his tongue before he said something he shouldn't. And it was 7:10 to go. It goes back over to the Thunderbirds, down by 11.
Yeah, your team's already short one. You don't want to say the wrong thing in front of the official and make your team short two.
Well, that's why they give you 2 technical fouls.
Yeah.
Inside of the lane, Nath will drive, and he's going to end up seeing the offensive foul called against him. Cam Nath picks up his first and the first team foul against the East T-Birds as stepping in to take the charge was Wyatt Gilton. 6 and change to go as we get back underway with the Cavaliers bringing it up right to left. St. Thomas looking to try and push the lead forward. They've led by as many as 14 here in the contest. Paulson takes a screen, dribbles to the top of the key, fakes a pass to Duffy, instead gives it over to Gilton. 3-ball, rolls around the rim, no good. Cam Nath comes away with his 5th rebound of the game. Pass up ahead, finds Rivers Sawyer, drives baseline, pulls up on the baseline, dish outside to Jackson. No good, and the rebound bounces back to Gilton. Gilton wants to get onto the run too, splits a couple in the double team. Inside, the ball stripped out of the hands of Speed, wanted the foul called. It was Sawyer who was able to get the strip away. Then he nearly throws the ball away into the corner, and flying all the way up to the top of the bleachers is going to be Solzarski. So the Fast and Furious, this is Fast and Furious, what, 11? Are we up to 11 or 12 in that movie series?
Maybe. I lost track after 2.
2 minutes into this one. They're trying to become the next edition of it. Hassler takes it over to the left side, fakes a handoff, now gives it to Nath. Fade away from 18, no good, and stepping in and picking up the foul, Declan Duffy did not give him enough space to land, and that's going to send Nath to the free throw line for his first opportunities of the game from the stripe.
Now for Cheyenne East, free throws. Got to knock home the free throws.
They've been good at that so far, 5 of 6. First free throw for Nath is good as well. So 6 of 7. They've actually taken more free throws, in fact, than the Cavaliers have. They've outshot them at the line. The Cavaliers 3 of 4, all of those coming from Broden Sales. Nath second. In and out, no good. Rebound kicks outside to Gilton. That's his 5th rebound of the game. Gilton will bring it up himself as he takes point. He and Paulson trade off on that job. Duffy gives it back over to Gilton. And now back out to Duffy at the top of the key. Still that man-to-man defense. Double team converges, and Hassler was unable to keep his feet from sliding out of bounds as he tried to save that rebound on the right side and ends up going back over to the Cavaliers after nearly forcing the turnover. Really like that defense, though, by the East Thunderbirds as Paulson gets the ball in the backcourt, beats River up the court, pulls back out as he saw the big body of Cam Nath standing there at the free throw line. Dish over to Duffy. Heads to Paulson in the right corner. Back up top to Gilton. Now Speed at the elbow finds the short corner shot, and Silzarski can't get that one to fall down as the ball rolls into no man's land, picked up and swung underneath as Declan Duffy gets the offensive rebound to Gilton, and he makes the layup. 36-24, back up to a 12-point lead for the Cavaliers. Nath kicks it to the right corner before the three ball from Sawyer buries down. A foul whistled on the floor, and I'm sure the East Thunderbirds suddenly going, man, why couldn't we have gotten that not called?
Yeah, you finally make a tray.
Sit there and say, call the foul. No, don't call the foul. Don't call the foul. Go inside to Trey Johnson, fade away, banked home. Trey able to get onto the board for the first time from the field. He's got 4 points. His previous points had come from the foul line. Keeps it a 10-point game, 36-26, 5 to go in the third quarter. Skip pass right side. Driving underneath is Paulson and dances with the feet as he ends up turning the ball back over. Doing the two-step. Nath to Hassler to bring forward. Hassler gives to Sawyer. Johnson now top of the key, moves it back over to Hassler. He's playing a 5 out right now. Lots flashing through the lane as Jackson now gets it on the right wing. Nobody really posting up for the T-Birds with 12 on the shot clock. They'll wing it back over to Nath. Cam up top to Hassler, shot clock down to 6. Still nobody really even looking to shoot. Nath picks up the ball. He's going to end up trying to heave one and right into the block of Wyatt Gilton, who also gets the rebound. It'll be underneath to Paulson on the fast break, not able to get his shot to go, and the rebound scooped up by Sawyer. Sawyer gets back out on the run, spots one up from 3. Nobody got in front. He takes advantage, drills the triple. That is the first triple now for East of the game. Back to a 7-point game. East cutting into this deficit. Despite the chaotic field, they've definitely been right there in it. Jackson gets a steal on the other side as Noah forces the turnover from the Cavs. Hassler to the right side at the top of the key. Reach in is going to be called on Baron Silzarski. First foul on Silzarski. 3:37 left to go as the inbounds play will come to the baseline, and it'll be Zawada who returns to the court for the Thunderbirds, as well as Sadell Johnson. Zawada lobs this one in, and it'll be a finish by Nath to cut the lead back to 5, 35-31.
Nice inbound play there.
T-Birds on a run, and a timeout taken by the Cavaliers as they're feeling a little bit uneasy about their positioning. Jordan Mills wants to talk things over with his squad. We'll see how much longer they can stay without putting Sales back out onto the court. We'll step aside for 30 seconds on 1480 K-Ray.
Sincere best wishes during the season to our local and county high schools. Page is extremely proud to be a member of our great community. So when buying or selling your property, the one name people have trusted through the years to take care of your personal needs and desires for your home is Page Lane at Number One Properties, including making sure that all I's are dotted and T's are crossed. And most importantly, Page is thankful for your referrals too. Talk with Page Lane today at Number One Properties.
Third quarter, 36-31. T-Birds on the charge as they have the Cavaliers on their back heels. Paulson gives it right side as we get out of the timeout with St. Thomas More trying to regain their balance. Silzarski on the near side. Waves the ball through. They kick it to the corner. 3-ball skips off of the rim. No good, and the rebound picked up by Zawada. Gets out onto the run. Up ahead to Nath. Underneath the basket. Can't get the layup to go on the left side. Rebound tipped out by Nath as he slaps the hands. He knows he had an opportunity there.
He certainly did. Just could not cash in on it.
It'll be back to Paulson to bring this one forward. Crosses over the stripe. Gives it over to Gilton again. Now Duffy. Still no Sales on the court, so the Cavaliers trying to go the whole quarter without him. Nath says, all right, thank you, and very much slamming it home for his 5th point of the quarter. He's got 11 in the game to lead all T-Birds, first of them into double figures. Shakes the backboard on the way down with 2:30 to go. It's a one-possession game. 7-0 run right now from the T-Birds. A speed inside, gets the ball ripped away. No, able to get it back out to Duffy. His three ball rolls along the rim again. Is Jackson there for the rebound? Noah outlets it up ahead to Sedell Johnson. Nice backdoor and a slip in by Cam Nath. Found a sliver of space. Nice sight there by Sedell Johnson to find his teammate, and it's a 1-point game, 36-35. T-Birds 1 point away from tying things up. They were down 14 earlier in this quarter. Drive into the paint by Paulson. He'll float it back up top to the hands of Gilton. Now back out to Paulson. T-Birds settling back into a 1-3-1 zone, it looks like. That's been giving the Cavaliers some trouble. They'll get an offensive board on the right side after a miss. Duffy can't finish it off, and the rebound to Nath is taken up ahead quickly. Sedell Johnson into the lane, rolls one along the rim, and that is no good as well, as the rebound picked up by Duffy again. Right side, nearly stolen away. Now it is stolen away. Sedell Johnson gets the outlet pass up to him, and he's going to end up seeing the blocking foul called on the baseline. Up with the foul is Paulson, and Sedell to the free throw line trying to complete the comeback for the T-Birds.
Well, with 1:16 to go, you can see the Cavaliers headed for the, you got some bench coming in.
He's one of those bench players, happens to be Sales, who is a very important figure for the team. 13 points, hasn't played yet in the second half after he got into some foul trouble. Also, Negebauer will come on. He had 4 points in the first half. So 2 big contributors for this team. 1 starter, 1 first off of the bench. Off of the court will sub Duffy and Solzarski. Or Solzarski, I apologize. Minute 15 to go. Second one for Johnson at the line, and Sedell can't make either. Lead stays at 1 for St. Thomas. That's tough for the T-Birds. You had an opportunity to establish yourselves in front. I always say, until you can take that lead, you've never really completed the comeback. Even if you get it to within 1, the momentum is still on the side of the team in front. Speed gets the ball on the right side. They'll skip it near side to Negebauer. Back up to the right side, all alone Gilton for 3, too strong, kicks off with a shot clock, and the East Thunderbirds again get that chance to take the lead over. Their defense has been stiff.
They have made some adjustments at halftime, that is for certain.
Only 4 points for the Cavaliers in the quarter. As Hassler will look up as he scoops up the ball on the inbound and brings it forward to the left side wing. Noah Jackson fakes a pass inside, finds Trey Johnson. He'll burrow his way in on the left block, too hard off the back heel of the rim, and no good again. Gilton comes away with the ball. He's got 7 boards.
He's getting the shots, just not knocking them home.
Paulson, ball tipped away from him by Hassler, who got the hand in, stays with the Cavaliers. Paulson asking for the foul, but Hassler did just a good job of kind of sliding his hand in like a piece of paper underneath the cup. Gonna be back to Paulson. Skip pass near side. 15 seconds to go. No real difference between shot and game clock, maybe half a second. Pass near side to Paulson again. Goes up top to Negebauer. Over near side. 3 ball up by Paulson. Bottom out. Didn't even touch the rim as Hassler will put up a heave at the horn. That banks in! Answer the 3 with a 70-foot heave of your own as the Cavaliers still lead by 1, but the T-Birds on the hunt are within 1, 39-38. We step aside for 30 seconds. Back after this break on 1480 K-Ray.
Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Delrange serves up breakfast, lunch, and dinner each Monday through Saturday. And at Chick-fil-A, they don't have to stray from their menu. They're proud of what they do all the time. Chicken. Check them out online at CheyenneChicken.com and have them cater your next event. Use the convenient drive-thrus. Come inside or use the Chick-fil-A app to do your next order. Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Delrange.
Welcome it back out once again to the home of the border brawl. What a game this one is turning into. It looked like the Cavaliers at the half had this one iced out. Even through the first 2 minutes, it looked like they did as they pushed the lead to 14. But RJ, they have seen the East Thunderbirds fight their way back and show some toughness, some of that Wyoming toughness.
Absolutely. Cam Nath leading the charge in that third quarter for the T-Birds.
Yeah, he had 7 points, then the three started falling. Hassler and Sawyer hitting a pair. It was the Hassler three, though, that puts momentum onto the East Thunderbird side. Cavaliers, though, start with the basketball, still up by 1, as the mountain has not been summited yet by the T-Birds. Paulson gets the ball near side. He'll swing it over to Gilton, drives down baseline, and kicks it over to Negebauer for 3. That's good. If the threes start falling for these Cavaliers, then East is going to have a really tough battle coming back in. Underneath drive on the baseline. That was Zawada, can't get that ball to drop through. Paulson comes down with the rebound. And as the pass goes up ahead, East is going to get called for the foul on the push underneath as that goes against Siddell Johnson.
Siddell Johnson, his
Second on Siddell. As near side Negebauer will have the inbound coming his way. Pass goes inside to Gilton, back to Negebauer. Speed, spins around, doesn't see anybody cutting. Now gives it back outside to Gilton. Steps in from 15, that's good. Nobody stepped out on Gilton, and he's got his 6th point of the game. 44-38 in the blink of an eye. It's back up to a 6-point lead. Underneath cut, Zawada, reverse layup, no good. There's Gilton for the rebound. He's got 8. Pass goes back outside. Negebauer to Gilton again. Underneath, all alone is Sale. Undercut by Zawada, too, and still gets the basket to go. Broden Sales did not play at all in that third quarter until the last 30 seconds. East took advantage of it, but now that he's back out on the court, you have to be aware where he's at.
Absolutely. And for Cheyenne East, that's going to bring Cam Nash back into the ballgame.
Cam Nath, big game so far for him, 13 points. Defensively, though, you know he's going to be the one that's going to shadow Sales after that short breather on the bench. Sales completes the three-point play, as he's now got 16 points in the game to lead all scorers. Hassler with the ball near the logo with 6:48 to go in the contest, down by 9. East moves the ball to Siddell Johnson. Floater up off the heel of the rim, no good, and Sales rises for his 5th rebound. Gives to Paulson to bring forward, pulls up on the Scottsbluff Bearcat logo over on the right wing. Swings it back to Negebauer, underneath pass. Driving the baseline, a reverse by Sales, no good. Jackson there, able to box out and finish off the rebound. He's got 4. Drive up ahead. Hassler feeds it inside to Nath. Great positioning by Nath, but an unkind bounce is going to see it roll off of the rim. And apparently last touched by East. The officials converging on it.
They're talking.
And they're going to reverse the call on that one.
Oh, that does a lot for the St. Thomas More coach.
Jordan Mills not pleased. You're going to see one of the two coaches get out there and get into an official's face.
Didn't matter. Somebody was not going to be happy with that call.
As the ball goes back over to the Cavaliers. And Hassler will inbound this one. Gets it back on the handoff from Nath. 6:09 to go. Sawyer fakes a pass to the left corner. Waits for Nath to break open. Top of the key. Didn't take the 3 he had available to him. They'll give it to Jackson instead. They're looking for a better shot than that. Want something inside to the basket, it looks like. Nath cuts into the post. They'll feed it down to him on the block. Kick outside to Hassler for the wide open 3. Airballs it, though. Jackson gets the offensive board, and Noah Jackson fights it up for his 9th point.
Finally, Cheyenne East gets a putback.
Good positioning there by Jackson, and awareness there by Jackson to be ready for the airball. Ball nearly thrown away again by St. Thomas. They'll go right side to Gilton. Negebauer on the wing, gives it back to Gilton. Wants to drive from the top of the key, whips a pass down to the post that's stolen away by Jackson. Hassler gets it over to Nath, flies in, blocked away though. Gilton got the hand up, and then a foul the other side is going to end up going against River. No, they called Nath for the foul. That's his second. That was some incredible hand-eye coordination by Wyatt Gilton on the block.
It was. That was wild.
47-40. T-Birds see a swing here. Could be a 4-point swing, as that looked like it was going to be too easily for Cam Nath. 5:09 to go. Pass goes to Speed. No look pass underneath to Sale.
Yeah, you cannot let him loose on the end line.
Gotta be shadowing him everywhere. Johnson on the far side. Trey's gonna end up getting fouled by Sale. That's 4. And Sale realizes he just made a rather big mistake, as he's got to be careful now. 4:58 to go. They're gonna try and buy him some more time. The bonus for the Cavaliers is they got themselves back up by 9. That gives you the chance to take him off the court.
Well, yeah, it's night and day with him in or out of the ball game.
East has to take advantage of him on the bench right now. Trey Johnson does just that. Buries the triple. Trey's got 7. 49-43, and immediately East able to take some advantage of it. Cavaliers still up by 2 full possessions. Paulson takes it right wing. He's continuing to work in that 1-3-1 that has really given St. Thomas some trouble, but not on that shot. Paulson makes the 3. That's the problem with the 1-3-1. You open the wings up sometimes if they trap you in the corner. 3 ball to answer back. No good by River Sawyer, hustling into the corner to try and track it down for the East T-Birds was 32, who is not on the rosters that I was presented with.
Nice.
Will be brought forward by Paulson, and a timeout is going to be taken, as we will step aside for 30 seconds as well. Back after this, you are watching and listening to K-Ray for East basketball, down 52-43 here at the Border Brawl.
Community is caring. Hi, this is Bobby Jo McGraw, and at Platte Valley Bank, not only do we provide a variety of financial services, we also provide leadership and volunteer time to support many community activities. We give our time, talent, and resources to help local organizations that have an impact on our friends and neighbors. Together, we can make a difference. Platte Valley Bank, you belong here.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back out once again to Scottsbluff High School. Our mystery 32 is Blaze Martin. He is 23 on the JV team, so 32 is his transition to the varsity, as Owen Sean is 23 on the varsity roster. And you're not going to see a junior get the senior's jersey.
No, that ain't happening. But he's a 6-foot junior.
He is a 6-foot junior, wears the opposite colored shoes, the orange and greens. Seen a couple of guys at El Trip wearing those same shoes, so I think they just come in that set.
Either that or everybody's buying 2 pairs. Got a pair just like him at home.
Near side, Paulson gives the ball off as the Cavaliers open. They go to that same backdoor cut play as Max Speed for the second time is able to find the open assist, and Wyatt Gilton makes the layup. It's 54-43, an 11-point lead for the Cavaliers, largest in this second half. 3 up from Sawyer. On the line for the rebound is Trey Johnson, and the ball will be given back over to the Cavaliers with an 11-point lead. East wanted the foul on Sawyer there.
Didn't get it.
As it'll be back over to the Cavaliers. We've seen the officials really letting the guys play for the most part in the second half. Right side, Paulson picks up his dribble, gives back to Negebauer. Speed calling for the ball in the low block, working against Sawyer. He's going to put it up, and Sawyer thought he had the block, and Max Speed's going to step to the free throw line instead. Sawyer was mismatched there, though. That was just him trying to battle against a bigger body.
It was, yeah. That's a tough battle, too.
It definitely is. Good credit to Sawyer as the official goes and taps him and explains to him what he saw. Sawyer still shakes his head afterwards, and after the ball misses, I'm sure he's in his head going, ball don't lie.
Yeah.
3:26 to go, an 11-point game still, 54-43. Speed at the line for one more. These are the second and third free throws of this second half They didn't take a single free throw in the third quarter, did the Cavaliers. Good control by East. East has only scored 5 points in this quarter, though. Both free throws miss. Nath there for the board. Gives to Hassler. Feed to Johnson at the free throw line. Trey backs out, spins at the top of the key. Hassler fakes the handoff, dribbles it all the way down to the corner. Gets trapped over in the corner by a couple of dark blue jerseys and eventually finds Noah Jackson to get the ball out to it. Siddell now takes it. 12 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Backdoor cut. Noah takes the dribble to give him some extra time and lays that one up and in. It's down to a 9-point game, 54-45. T-Birds trying to rally themselves back. They had it cut down to 1, 49-48.
A couple of times.
Or 39-38, excuse me. And they saw the Cavaliers pull ahead. 3 ball from Negebauer. That is good, and that is a dagger. 4 threes in the second half from the Cavaliers have them up 57-45. 12-point difference between the two sides, and that's those threes coming in big. Johnson with the ball on the near side. Trey spins, underneath pass, finds Jackson again. He'll wing one up to the hoop from the right block, fading away, no good, and Speed pulls down the defensive board. Outlets up ahead. Paulson drives into the lane. He's blocked away by Jackson with a filthy rejection. Nath gets the rebound up ahead to Johnson. He's blocked inside by Gilton, and a tie-up on the floor is going to see Max Speed tangled up with Nath, and the possession arrow in favor of the East T-Birds. 1:59 left to go. East needs a basket here. Everybody gets sorted out.
Yeah.
He's trying to stretch things out. As Coach Slide Johnson shaking his head, he felt there should have been a foul on that one. All he can do is smile as he walks back to his assistant coaches. Trey Johnson to drive. Gives back to Hassler. He'll swing one back underneath to Dre. There's the foul as Ryan Negebauer said, I'm no way going to let you score on that shot unless you go to the line. He basically reached out and grabbed the arm on the way up from Trey Johnson.
The free throw line, Trayden Johnson.
Trayden with 2. He does have the same colored shoes on both feet.
Yeah.
Going for the purple look. And cannot hit the front end as that one heels off of the rim. He was 2 for 2 prior to that. East has gone 1 for 4 in the second half. You talked about it, RJ, as one of the keys. Make your free throws, and they did in the first half. Went 5 for 6, have gone the opposite in the second half, and that continues as they're now 1 for 6 in the second half. Rebound to Gilton. East now facing a 3-on-2, but they get back on defense in order to force the ball back out to Paulson. He'll swing it underneath the Speed on the right block. Speed rips the ball out of the hands of Jackson, who was trying for the steal, and the rebound picked up by Nath, stolen away from Nath, and then Speed able to get that one up again as Max has 6 points, and the lead up to 14, matching the biggest of the game for the Cavaliers. 1:20 left to go. East needing some threes, goes to Trey Johnson, rattles one in and out, no good. Rebound rolls outside where it's picked up by Nath. Pulls into the paint, and a hard pass through the paint goes off of Siddell. Good idea, but the pass just too much pace on it, and Siddell couldn't quite wrap the hands on it.
Yeah, and Nath got catching an elbow in the head, too.
Nath with 9 rebounds in the game. He's heading towards a double-double if he can get one more. With 1 minute and 10 seconds to go, he'll come up as East will apply some full-court man-to-man pressure. Pass goes left side to Duffy. Hassler hounds him up the court, and he'll poke the ball away from behind. That's the 5th team foul on the T-Birds, and free throws coming up for Declan Duffy.
Yeah, East in a position now. You got a foul, but I think you're a little late.
I think this point in time, it's almost just play good defense the rest of the way. Try and solidify what you're doing going into the next one. As Duffy missed the free throws, maybe not. Mass subs, though, coming in as Blaze will come back onto the court. So Blaze Martin, as well as Keenan Zawada and Rivers Sawyer. Getting some juniors out there onto the court for East. Second free throw is good. 15-point lead, the largest of the game for the Cavaliers.
I hope one of these guys is the three-point shooter.
Zawada gives the ball off to Sidell Johnson. He'll drive in, lays it up. How about three the old-fashioned way? Does that count as a three-point shooter?
You betcha.
Any way you can get it.
Any way you can get
it. Duffy picks up his second. Negebauer will sub onto the court for the Cavaliers before the free throw. 57 seconds to go. Need this free throw if you have any shot if you're East, and again, they cannot hit. They have gone 0 for 6 in their last attempts at the line. Made their first one of this quarter and have not made one since. Ball fed up ahead, stepping into the paint and then swinging one into the right side corner where it almost goes out of bounds, or St. Thomas. They're just trying to eat clock. Speed gets the ball on the block, finds Sales on the baseline, tipped away from him by River Sawyer though.
Yeah, at this point, Slide Johnson's kind of pulled in the claws. You got a lot of juniors out there.
Inbound play will come from Negebauer. He'll throw one deep, and it's picked up on the drive by Gilton, and a foul whistled on the reach-in. I think they got Sidell for this one. All Sly can do again is just shake his head, and that's going to be Sidell's third. More free throws coming up as Gilton will step to the line. His first free throws of the game. Only 11 total free throws in the game for the St. Thomas Cavaliers. East has actually taken more.
Yeah.
So it's not like...
But they haven't made as many.
That is the very truth of that one.
You can take all you want. It's how many you make.
2 for 2 on that trip for Gilton. 52-47. Shot clock off with 30 seconds to go. Inside, Sidell Johnson can't hit that running floater. Rebound bounces out to Sales, and that is... assuming that East does not foul when they cross the timeline, that is probably going to do it for this one as Negebauer gets on the right side. 12 seconds to go. And St. Thomas is just going to hold on to this one as they will move on to 4-1. East drops to 4-2 after starting the season 4-0 in their opening week. They'll have to try and figure out some answers tomorrow when they return to the court, but a good effort to rally back. They just ran out of steam late against a good Cavaliers team.
Absolutely, and the Cavaliers made the three-pointers when they needed to make them. Cheyenne East did not.
We'll step aside, 2-minute break, and when we come back, we will close things out and wrap things up with final numbers and wrap things up for our 2024 as we are done for the 2024 season. We'll be back in January on 1480 K-Ray, but back here in 2 minutes for one final wrap-up on 1480 K-Ray.
Since 1992, I've taken...
Thank you, sir.
Barry Prawley from the Morning Pro Shop on KYOI-FM, inviting you to come to locally owned and operated Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service at 604 West Lincoln Way. I can tell you everything that needed to be serviced or fixed. John and his professional staff have been there to take care of those minor annoyances so they don't multiply into bigger problems. For example, regular oil changes, replacing a heating and air conditioning unit, shocks, windshield wipers, batteries, even replacing the bulbs in my headlights and my brake lights. But the most important feature at Cars is that John is a TechNet professional, which says he is one of the best and trusted in the country to do service on your vehicle. Open Monday through Friday. Stop by to 604 West Lincoln Way or call for an appointment at 632-0498. Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service.
Being game day ready means bringing the die-hard passion. All in, all the time. And now you can show your Cowboys pride everywhere you go with the Cowboys Visa debit card. Free with FMBO free checking. Gear up, game on, and give it up for the Pokes every time you pay. The Cowboys Visa debit card, only at FMBO, the bank of the Cowboys. Bring it. Get yours today at fmbo.com/Cowboys. Member FDIC.
Taco John's queso is so good you could drink it. Or you could enjoy it in a cheesy queso boss burrito or with our potato olays. Forget it. The ultimate queso takeover is back for a limited time at Taco John's. Ready for some festivities? Fill up on holiday cheer at Taco John's. For the 29th year, Nachos Navidad is back with seasoned beef, nacho cheese, and festive red and green tortilla chips. 'Tis Nachos Navidad season, only at Taco John's.
Bluff High School, final games of 2024 for the East Thunderbirds. End up seeing them drop a couple as Cheyenne Central, the only team left with some games here in Scotts Bluff. They'll be back in action tomorrow. We'll go over that in a moment. But RJ, just overall thoughts on the game?
Well, on the girls' game, a heartbreaker as they lose on a shot, on a rebound. A shot, and they just and they had fought so hard to get back into that ball game. And then for the boys, wow, it was rebounding for a while. I mean, I thought St. Thomas More did a great job of keeping Cheyenne East to one and done. There was not a lot of putbacks. And then in the second half, Cheyenne East figured out some stuff. St. Thomas forced to play without Cooper Sales for a huge chunk. They're not. It was Sales, and it was like, wow, big difference. That team is night and day without the Sales kid.
No, absolutely they are. Although they got some shooters on that team too. They finished with 4 kids in double figures on the night. Sales did have 18 and 6 rebounds, 12 points for Ashton Paulson, including 2 of those threes. Wyatt Gilton had 10 points and 8 rebounds and 10 points for Ryan Negebauer. On the other side for East, only 2 in double figures, 16 for Cam Nath with 9 rebounds, just shy of that double-double. Noah Jackson with 11 points and 5 rebounds, 7 points for Traden Johnson, 4 points apiece for Sidell Johnson and Kanan Zawada, and Camden Hassler and River Sawyer both ended up with 5 points each. Free throws were big down the stretch, but that wasn't the only thing that kept the East Thunderbirds from getting back into it. Again, the rebounding just in the second half also turned back to that big advantage for St. Thomas on the inside.
Yeah, and that was kind of the ball game, and then it was Cheyenne East just could not get a biscuit in the basket.
Sorry, my bad there. I didn't mean to almost cut you off. That'll do it for Cheyenne East here at the Border Brawl as they finish up their 2 games over here. It'll be one more game coming up for Cheyenne Central. They take on the same St. Thomas More team. That'll be tomorrow over at Gearing High School, as that will be at 1:30 and 3:15 for those that want to make the drive over. We will not be making the drive over for that one as our week is done.
Now, our next contest will be coming to you from the James Johnson Invitational. That is coming up on January 9th, 10th, and 11th. And that, of course, being played at Cheyenne East High School. And we'll get a chance.
Central was the host this year.
Well, they might be Central.
It'll be in Cheyenne.
We don't have to go out. We don't have to go out of state. That's the best part about it. So, that's where we'll get a chance to catch up again with, the 3 high schools locally. And looking forward to it. We've got some talent, and I think we're going to be covering teams all the way into March in the state tournament.
Should hopefully be seeing a lot of activity. A lot of our sports sponsors will be going with us as we want to thank all of them. Affordable Computer Repair, Gift Connections now on eBay, AMHP LLP, Chick-fil-A, Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, Shine Auto Repair and Service, Page Lane at Number 1 Properties, 2 doors down, Platte Valley Bank, The Gill Window Company, Fat Boys Tire and Auto, Burns Insurance Agency, First Tier Bank, the Wyoming Department of Transportation, Kia of Cheyenne, and Pepsi of Cheyenne, Cheyenne Regional Medical Center, Halliday Subaru in Motor City, FNBO, and of course our scoreboard sponsor is Taco John's. Thanks again for joining us as we will send you back to regular programming until the new year here on 1480 K-Ray.